Okay, how you doing? So this is on Wednesday today, Wednesday the 13th of March, and I'm just looking at the data now. So this is day 7 of March's challenge. So far, it's been the 7.5 kilogram weight for the pull-ups, and listen, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to increase that weight. The reason for that is I believe that by taking it to 10 kilograms from the 7.5 kg, it is an incremental increase, but I feel like that's something that I can do at this stage. I remember when I started on day 1, I remember thinking, should I have gone for the 10 kilogram weight? But of course, I was introducing a new part in the fitness challenge, which was the indoor rows, and I am mindful that because it's a pull, push, row, or essentially pull, push, pull, with the rowing, that I didn't want to affect anything that would necessarily take away the indoor rowing, which is a new movement that I've introduced for the challenge. Right now, I've assessed everything, I've weighed everything up, and you know what? I want to increase that weight to 10 kilograms. I will know today, and I will share everything with you as to whether that is a good move. Is that mentally and physically challenging me in a good way, the way that I want it to, or is it negatively impacting my performance? And will it be a move that has been will it be a bad move, should we say? So that is going to be pull-ups for today. Also, I'm going to increase the ring steps weight. So that started off with 2.5 kilograms, and then I increased it on day 3. Day 4 to 5 kilograms, and today's currently day 7, and I'm going to take it to 7.5 kilograms. Same principle, I suppose, with the pull-ups. I do feel as if I can make that incremental challenge, that gain, that additional weight, that 2.5 kg. I want to see how that works. Now, normally I like to change one thing, measure and manage that thing. In this case, I'm changing the weight for the pull-ups and I'm changing the weight for the ring steps. So, if I'm honest, this is kind of going against my values and principles about pivoting regarding or during, should I say, a fitness challenge project. But you know something, I want to see how this plays out. So I've thought about it. I'm going to go for it today. So it's going to be 250 pull-ups with a 10 kilogram weight, 250 ring steps with a 7.5 kilogram weight, and of course the 5,000 meters rowed. At the moment, I've got a little bit of pain around the elbow, but I think I'm carrying this through from Feb's challenge. So I'm spending a lot of time doing some stretch work, trying to isolate that part of the arm. Dead hangs are definitely helping with that, and of course hot and cold compression is helping with that too. So the most important thing is that there's lots of stretch work that's going on before I embark on the pull-ups, the rings dips, and of course the indoor rowing. So yeah, I'm excited about progressing forward. The truth is, if I just carried on right now and I didn't increase the weight on the pull-ups and I didn't increase the weight on the ring steps, I would have that niggle at the back of my mind thinking, am I honestly right now pushing myself? Is there more in the tank? Have I got more to give? And the truth is, I believe that I have at this stage, but you will see it all. If it doesn't work out, I will tell you that 100%. Okay, so let's get on with today's challenge. See you soon. Okay, so I'm about to get started with the pull-ups, but you know what? We need to double check what is that weight for today. There it is. Okay. I am excited. I'll be honest. Okay, so it's going to be a 2.5 kg increase, and it's going to be 250 pull-ups. Let's get to it. So I'm just going to get some dead hang stretches in there. Joy is so good. It just helps me really stretch out my spine, all those ligaments, tendons, and it definitely helps pre doing the pull-ups, 100%. Naturally, I'm going to warm up as I'm doing the pull-ups, but this just helps prevent injury and it helps the warm-up process, 100%. I'm going to show you now how I like to place the weight, particularly when it gets larger. So the 10 kilogram disc is larger. I could break it up. I could do 2 sets of 5, two 5 kilogram weights together, so reduce the size. But I'm going to go for the thicker plate, but I'll show you why. Okay, so this is one way that I can do the weight. So if you imagine now, I'm up in the air, I'm doing the pull-ups. This is going to be supported by my legs, by my knees, by my thighs, all that sort of stuff. Or the alternative way is like this, but I want to make sure that I don't get any swing. So I might grip it in between my thighs, because if this swings like a pendulum, 100% it's going to affect my pull-up. It's going to change it in some way, and I'm going to lose control because I'm going to have this big weight just swinging like that. So I'm going to start off by doing it like this and see how I get on. Okay, let's get the first 5 there together. Okay, first impressions, first feelings. Yeah, I can definitely tell I've got that additional weight on there, but it feels good, it feels nice. Let's see whether I'm still singing that tune after 250 pull-ups. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm going to do 5 now, where I've got the 10 kg weight just resting in between the thighs, as opposed to resting on the knees. Okay, that's interesting. So I'd say the first way, where I literally had the disc like that, just resting on my knees, it was slightly pulling to the right, because invariably the chain has got to come from either the left or the right. Excuse me, so I felt like it was pulling a little bit to the right. I enjoyed it. It definitely was solidly in place, but I felt like there was a slight movement to the right. Had the trainer been on the other side, I'd be saying there's a slight movement. On the left, a slight pull. Minor, absolutely minor, but amplify that by 250 pull-ups and I might get a sore lower back. It's possible. I've done it where I've had the plate literally resting on my knees like that, if you will. The first way that I showed you, and it's fine, but that's when I've been doing low volume, and I'm not really, so the weight has been a lot heavier, should we say. I've not noticed as much, but I think I'm going to carry on where it's just like that, just resting in between the thighs. So all I need to do now is focus on the momentum. Don't want to get that big swing. Like I said, it's going to throw my precision techniques off balance. There's going to be slight movement there. I want to get that nice rhythm that I'm used to. My boat row pull-ups, nice and smooth.
Okay, so this is the last 50, 200 pull-ups so far. I now need to get the iceberg on the hands. This is what I'm dealing with so far. So the calluses, yeah, they're absolutely fine where they need to be. They're starting to formulate and grow into mini little Mount Everests. It's okay for now, but I'm starting to perspire around this part of the hand here. So I'm going to get some chalk on both sets. This is the right. But other than that, they feel fine. No major tears. I've just got to watch out for that one in particular there. Okay. Yeah, so this is where I'll get the chalk. Just really, it just needs to be underneath. I can put it over the calluses, but it's not necessarily needed because the drag will lift it up the skin. So technically, I'll say more chalk. Listen, I didn't know that in the beginning, but I know that now. So that will eventually just sweep up there. I'll do this hand as well. Lovely. So I can definitely tell that increase of the 2.5 kg, 100% for today's session. But yeah, you know what? It feels good. It does feel good. I want to get pushing through, get through to that 250, and then I'll do the full reflection piece and find out where we're at. But you know what? I'm glad that I've made that stretch to increase the weight. You know, it's been on my mind, and I just wanted to get my time in where it needed to be, so hopefully that's today. Okay, so I've done 250 weighted pull-ups with a 10 kg weight, and I've done them in this position, so I've just gently grasped the weight in between my thighs. Not too much though. Here's a tip. If I grip the weight too tight on here, what will happen is as my body starts to move, as my spine starts to move, etc., what might happen is if I grip this too tight, I may end up actually pulling myself down as I'm trying to push myself up, because I grip this here, but then I want to pull up. So I want to just stop it from wobbling, but don't grip it too tight. So listen, feedback on the pull-ups, my goodness me. Okay, I'd say the last 25 were the grind. So 225 felt, you know, very, very comfortable getting to the 5 reps max, but the last 25, they were, yeah, I could feel it. It's the last rep that I was going for, and the 5 reps in the set, so it was the last rep that I was going for. It just felt like I was squeezing that one out. Like I say, for break form, I will reduce the rep range in the set, but I managed to get the 5 reps max in the set. So you know what? I'm proper chuffed. But listen, it's the rings dips now. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so I'm going to take this to 7.5 kilogram weight. So I started the challenge with the 2.5. I've increased it to the 5 kilogram, and I'm going to take it to the 7.5 kilogram for the rings dips. Listen, I don't know whether I've got this. I feel like I've got it. Logically, it makes sense to increase the weight at this point. I want to see how we get on. Listen, we will find out. Okay, that's the rings dips done. So, 250 rings dips. Listen, I'll give you the breakdown of feedback on this, but I want to crack on with the indoor rowing while I've still got that pump. Okay, see you soon. So I've got my sodium, potassium, magnesium and calcium, my essential minerals, my electrolytes. Got to top up my water, get a nice drink, cracking with the rowing. Okay, I'm on level 2 of the club. You know what? I never come down here because I'm normally just swinging from a bar upstairs. So I'm on the, I'm going to do the Technogym rower down here. This is it, so I'll get the same format. So I've got it on the 3 in terms of the foot holder. So these form part of the precision techniques, if you will, just like when I'm doing the pull-ups. So let's, personally speaking, what I've noticed is, so my foot, if I'm honest with you, my big toe is probably about there. Okay, so this is the chunkier part of my foot, the chunky bridge part of the foot, and I want to feel that connection. I don't want to feel any wobble. So it feels comfortable personally for me, and I'm open to people making alternative suggestions, etc. But I'm comfortable for having it there. So just so you know, the shoe size, this is a size 9. This is a Vivo barefoot running shoe that I've got, size 9. And I've got it, as you know, on the 3 on here. So yeah, it feels pretty comfortable there. So I'll get set up on here, and then 5,000 meters row. Here we go. Okay, so that is the rowing done, 5,000 meters rowed. Honestly, so right now, heart is beating like a rabbit's nose. It's that sensation like when I got up, just got to take my steady foot in, make sure that I control my breath, focus on the breathing, all that sort of stuff. I've loved today's session. So the last 500 meters, I went for long pulls. So I think my watts in the bottom right hand corner was around about 168, something like that, for the 500. So it's floating between, I'd probably say 160 and 175, something like that. Okay, palms super sweaty, so I have to keep moving them around. That trick is working. So literally the bar doing say 500, and then moving it up, and then coming all the way down again. That's helped because the palms are always going to sweat. They're always going to sweat. A little bit of chalk has definitely helped. I've kept the sleeves on, the compression sleeves. But yeah, listen, I can tell that the progress is definitely improved since day one of March's challenge. 100%, and that feels good. But listen, I'm gonna go now, grab a shower, and I'll see you again very shortly for a recap on today. Okay, I love to do a recap. So just showered off now. These are my thoughts based on today's session. So the pull-ups, 100%. I am glad and pleased that I took the 7.5 kilogram weight and increased it to 10 kg. It's definitely pushed me 100%. Like I said, the last 25 pull-ups, I felt like getting that 5 reps, getting the last rep in the set, so the 5th rep was particularly challenging, but that's good. It made me feel like I was pushing myself, and I made the right decision to increase the weight. Rings dips, listen, straight all the way through, 5 reps max with the additional weight. So start the challenge with the 2.5 kg, then increase it to the 5 kg, and just increase it to the 7.5 kg. And honestly, I can't notice a huge difference. So the jury's out on that for me as to whether I'm going to take that and increase that to 10 kg. The reason why I'm not going to make that decision right now for tomorrow's session is it's too soon. Today is day 1 of increasing that weight by 2.5 kilograms, and I need to acknowledge that. I need to acknowledge that as a win, but also I don't want to pip things too soon because I'm going to come on to the indoor rowing and how that went. So first of all, 5,000 meters achieved, as you know. So I used a different rower today. I used the same rower, the Technogym Aquafeel rowing machine, but on the level downstairs. Why is any of this significant? Why am I sharing this with you? So big thing with me is I like discipline, I like routine, I like to know where my things are, I like to get familiar with all those things. So when something is different, I can feel it straight away. So the reason why I went down to level 2 today at the club is the rower upstairs is being repaired essentially, so that'll get sorted. So I've gone downstairs now. I never train downstairs. I do all my training upstairs. So that was new for me. It was nice. It's a lot bigger down there as well. And they had 2 rowers side by side, but the lighting was slightly different. So these are all little nuances. Now you might think, what is the relevance of that? Listen, all of the details count, all of the details matter, because what that forms part of is the psychological safety when I'm in that environment, when I'm in that zone. that forms part of my process, my level of discipline. So all those things I take into consideration. So the things that I keep, for example, are changing the hand placement. So when I've got the bar there, so say doing 500 meters, rowing like that, then bring it in a bit narrower, then like that, and then coming out, say every 500 meters. So the perspiration that's coming on the hands, I'm looking to displace that as much as I can do, because what I don't want to do is stop the rowing and like wipe down my hands and go again. That's not what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to do the 5,000 meters indoor row with no breaks. There was a slight break today though, for probably about 15 seconds. So on my right arm, right here, just where the elbow is on the inside. So literally that muscle and the ligaments and tendons around it, just on that inside there, started to like pulsate. It's really weird. So when I was pulling the row like that, and as soon as I pulled it in and it got like ever so slightly contracted, that started to hurt. It was painful. It was like a big sharp like blast of pain, and it kind of just felt inflamed, and I noticed it, and I was immediately concerned, because I thought, what is this? It feels sorry about that. It feels painful. It feels painful, and it seems to be when I'm doing the big pull, and I need to be really, really careful because I'm in this for the long distance. So I stopped for about 15 seconds. I grabbed my thumb here on the inside and my forefinger here, and I squeezed really tight, and I just massaged around that area with my arm up like that. Then I dangled it down using gravity, just letting that blood flow, and then I followed with some squeezes like this, just this level like that, and then just some hand openings like this, and then I literally grabbed the bar for the rower, and then I went for it. Now, it didn't come back after that. That's not me saying that I think that I healed it in that moment. What I think that I did was I acknowledged that there was a pain point, and it was painful, and I thought, if I can displace something here, if I can change something up, if I can do that, then that is going to help me for the long game. So it seemed to work, but what it's done is it's put a little blip in the memory there to be mindful of that. So there's a part of me that is feeling that I need to remember to do some additional stretches, because I've increased the weight on the pull-ups, so that's now at 10 kilogram weight. I've increased the weight on the rings dips, that's 7.5 kilogram weight. So that's just happened literally within 24 hours. I've increased that weight by 2.5 kilograms on both exercises, but doing them for 500 reps in total. 500 reps with a 2.5 kg weight increase in 24 hours is going to have some type of an impact. So I'm going to do some extra stretch work later on this evening, just before bed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on some dead hangs tomorrow, just before I do the pull-ups like I normally do. But I'm gonna put some ice on this later as well, and just be mindful of it. But other than that, because it's not giving me any major issues right now, I'm not going to give it any more of my headspace. So listen, before I go, what I want to say is this: if you are on your training journey, your fitness challenge, whatever it is that you want to call it, whatever it is that you're about to start, or whatever it is that you've started, or whether or not you're doing something right now and you're thinking, you know what, am I really pushing myself? Am I pushing myself mentally and physically with my fitness training? Now, only you can answer that. Only you can answer that. Other people may have opinions based on that, judgments based on that, but ultimately it's going to come down to you. So they're the bits where you've got to dig deep and think, okay, am I training and it's super easy and I'm in and then I'm out and I'm ticking the box and it's like, I've trained today, I've been to the gym, I've done that bit, done. Or are you pushing yourself? Are you leaving the training facility? Are you feeling satisfied? Are you feeling gratitude? Are you feeling accomplished? Are you hitting some milestones or some goals that you've set yourself? Are you pushing yourself? Do you have goals? Do you have things that you're looking to attain? If you ask yourself the question why you're training, what you're training, when you're training, why you are training those movements, when are you actually training those movements, and how often? So what, when, and how much? All of these different elements will help you to understand ultimately why it is that you're doing what you're doing, so you can seek that enjoyment. Listen, if I ever reach a plateau, first thing I do is I ask myself, why am I feeling like this? And I really dig down. So it might be, for example, I've been doing some training and I'm not enjoying it. I'll ask myself, why is that? But I'll really question it. I'll really think about and reflect upon what I've done or what I'm doing in that moment. So I can be kind to myself, because the last thing that I want to do is try and tell myself the story that I'm doing great and I'm not doing great, or I'm not doing great and actually I am. So there's an element of being kind to yourself, but you've got to be real as well. So keep pushing yourself, keep pushing your limits, keep doing your thing, but remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to yourself, and be kind to others. And listen, thank you so much for staying with me on this journey. If you've got any questions, anything that you want to ask me, drop them in the comments. I will be happy to answer them in some way. Okay, have an amazing day. I'll see you soon. Take care. Here's March's Pull Push Road Challenge. This is the top project overview. So Wednesday, there's a 250 with a there's the 250 with a 10 kilogram weight. There's the 250 rings dips with a 7.5 kilogram weight, and of course the 5,000 indoor meters road. And it's a beautiful point when I get the project up like this, because you get to see the data, you get to see the analytics, and it's honestly, it's another milestone. It's a feeling of accomplishment. So pull-ups achieved so far 1,750, 3,250 remaining, but on track with that. Same with the rings dips. And with the indoor meters road, 35,000 meters road so far, 65,000 remaining. So you're going to see next today's training session, right down to the detail, finite detail of the reps, sets, blocks and milestones.